For the longest time, one company pretty much decided what we all saw online. Google, right? Well, that whole era, it's over. AI is the new gatekeeper now, and it's totally changing how we find, well, everything. We're going to dive into how this new power works and what it really means when you become invisible to it.
I mean, really think about it. When you pop a question into ChatGPT or Gemini, you ask for a recommendation. How does it actually decide what to show you? Is it really giving you the best of the best, or is it just showing you what's easy to find? And here's the kicker. What if it's actually hiding some of the coolest companies out there from you completely? So, to get to the bottom of this, we're going to have to do a little detective work. I've got my hands on a real-world case file, an AI visibility report for this really interesting company, and we're going to follow the evidence step by step to figure out why on earth they're basically invisible to AI.
Okay, so our case revolves around a company called Home Abroad. Now, these guys are a fintech platform, and they help people from all over the world invest in U.S. real estate. Sounds pretty cool, right? They've got the perfect product for a global audience, but they've got this one huge problem. AI just can't seem to see them.
But before we dig into the clues, we need to be on the same page about one key concept: AI visibility. What is it? Honestly, it's pretty simple. It's just a measure of how often an AI, like ChatGPT, mentions your brand when someone asks a relevant question. If you have high visibility, the AI knows you, it trusts you. Low visibility? Well, that's the mystery we're here to solve.
All right, detective, let's open the file. First up, the top-line numbers. This is where we start to see just how big Home Abroad's problem really is.
And boom, here's our first piece of evidence. Home Abroad has an AI score of 60. Think of it like a report card grade. That's a C. You know, it's not failing, but it's just okay. It means they're in the game, but they're definitely not a star player.
Okay, now this is where it starts to get really concerning. A 32% visibility rate. Let's break that down. It means that for every 10 times a perfect customer asks a question that Home Abroad could answer, the AI only brings them up 3 times. They are completely missing from almost 70% of the conversation. That's huge.
So, to really get what's going on, you have to see how this score is made up. It's not just one thing. It's a blend of 3 key parts. Visibility, that's just getting mentioned at all. Then there's ranking, how high up on the list you are. And finally, AI share. Basically, how much of the AI's attention you're getting compared to your competitors. So yeah, it's a complex problem.
And just when you think you've got a handle on it, the plot thickens. Get this. Home Abroad does way better on Google's Gemini than it does on OpenAI's ChatGPT. What does that tell us? It tells us these AIs are not the same. They have different brains, they learn from different sources, and that is a massive clue we're going to come back to.
Okay, so we know they have a problem. We see the numbers. But to really crack this case, we need to go to the scene of the crime. Let's look at the actual questions people are asking. Questions where Home Abroad should be the hero, but instead, they're a ghost.
Okay, look at this prompt right here. Someone is asking for U.S. platforms that provide DSCR loans plus property management for international investors. Now, DSCR loans are for investors. This is literally 100% what Home Abroad does. I mean, you couldn't tee up a more perfect question for them.
And what happens? Nothing. Poof, they're not there. Instead, the AI brings up their competitors: Roofstock, Telus, Doorvest. Think about that. Every single time this happens, a perfect fit customer is sent to someone else. This right here, this is the real cost of being invisible to AI.
Let's look at another one. This one's even more specific. A user from the UAE wants platforms ranked by customer reviews for clear guidance, quick response, and trustworthiness. This isn't just a casual search. This is a serious, high-value customer. And again, on both major AI platforms, crickets. Home Abroad is nowhere to be found.
Who does get mentioned? America Mortgages, Interactive Brokers. The pattern is becoming crystal clear, isn't it? Home Abroad is missing out because the AI doesn't connect them with these crucial ideas. Words like trustworthiness or quick response.
So, we've established that Home Abroad is invisible when it matters most. The next logical step in any investigation, you profile the competition. Who is the AI recommending? And more importantly, why?
Now, what's interesting is, when you look at the top scores, Home Abroad isn't getting totally blown out of the water. They're at a 60, and the top dogs are at 65 and 64. It seems so close, right? They're right there. But in this game, those few little points, they make all the difference in the world.
And this right here, this table, this is the smoking gun. Look at that primary positioning column. The AI gets what the competitors are about. Interactive Brokers, it sees them as trustworthy, regulated. America Mortgages, global focus, quick response. But Home Abroad, it sees them as being about LLC formation, DSCR financing. See the difference? Their message is all about specific features, while the winners are communicating broader ideas like trust and reliability. The AI is missing the bigger picture.
Okay, so we've looked at the evidence, we've profiled the competition, we've got all the clues. And now we get to my favorite part of any mystery, the big reveal. How do we solve the case of the invisible brand? Here's the plan.
The report breaks it down into a super clear 4-step action plan. Step 1, go after those specific questions they're missing. Step 2, shout about what makes them different and better. Step 3, and this one is absolutely crucial, they need to build up their social and third-party proof. And finally, Step 4, double down on improving their visibility on Gemini, where they already have a bit of a head start. Now let's zoom in on that third point for a second, because this is probably the most important takeaway. An AI doesn't just believe what you say on your own website. No way. It forms its opinion by reading everything, the entire internet. That's why this plan is so smart. It's about getting reviews on Trustpilot, getting talked about on Reddit, creating YouTube videos, even getting mentioned on places like Wikipedia. For an AI, all that outside chatter, that third-party proof, that's gold. That's how it learns who to trust.
And this isn't just some vague idea. The plan has a real, measurable goal. Take that AI score from a 60 all the way up to a 75. And get this, the target is to do it in just 90 days. That's a huge jump, but it's doable. And it would take them from being that average C student to a solid B, leapfrogging their competitors. You know, this whole investigation into Home Abroad, it's not really just about one company, is it? It's a wake-up call. It's a perfect example of a future that isn't coming, it's already here. The way we discover things, the way we choose brands, it's all being rewritten. So after all this detective work, what's the big lesson? It's this. AI visibility isn't some dark art. It's not about stuffing the right keywords somewhere. The AI is really just holding up a giant mirror to your brand's entire digital life, everything from your website to what people are saying about you on Reddit. So if you want to change what the AI says about you, you first have to change what the world says about you. And that leaves us with one final, kind of scary thought to chew on. In this new world, where AI is becoming the main way we access the internet, if you're not there when someone asks a question, do you even really exist anymore?